Are live here at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field as the Pleasant Grove Hawks are set to take on the North Lamar Panthers tonight in a touted district matchup. I am Nick Reed in the booth with me tonight. Zach Doty, Chase Brewster, and Jay Davis. We are Texarkana Game Day. How y'all feeling today, fellas?
I'm feeling well. It's Friday, great weather. Should be dry this weekend after a very wet last night.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot better places you can spend your Friday night than here at Hawk Field to watch a good pitching matchup, I think, in a big conference game as the Hawks look to stay undefeated. So I think it could definitely be a lot worse than a good baseball at a great facility on a Friday night in Texarkana.
Most definitely. There's definitely a lot worse. But like you said, tonight going to be a great matchup on the mound for the Pleasant Grove Hawks freshman Hunter Rose. Hunter Rose just committed to the University of Arkansas. Big deal.
Yeah, Hunter's a really, really talented player. You know, the theme all year for Pleasant Grove has been how talented their young kids are, and Hunter's obviously having a great season offensively. Looks like he's hitting 420 for the Hawks, but on the mound, he's just as special. Hasn't probably had near the amount of innings that Coach Fincher would like to give him, but tonight's a big chance for him to kind of show his stuff as the playoffs are kind of getting here. And you know, now you're kind of starting to work your way down and know who your top 3 or 4 or 5 arms are for the playoffs. So kind of a big outing for Hunter tonight, and I know he'll be ready to go for the Hawks.
Well, and I know for North Lamar, you've got their number one guy, Jackson Spangler, and he's had a very, very good year so far. But, you know, they've got third basically wrapped up. So tonight, I think both teams are going to be sticking to fundamentals and making themselves better. Not sure that this game's going to be a measuring stick as far as, you know, moving forward, because I think both teams, you know, basically have their playoff spots solidified. But, you know, you've got to expect North Lamar not to come in here and just lay down.
Oh, yeah, North Lamar, they won't come in here and lay down. Just talking with the coaches before the game. This North Lamar team is very talented. A couple of guys are going to play Division I baseball next year and the year after that. So they've got a couple of guys coming up in this program, and they've got a full athletic team. You can look out there. They look good. They're good-looking players. They're not going to come here and just give Pleasant Grove a game just because they're the number one seed in this district.
No, you know, I mean, historically, North Lamar has been uber talented. I think they've took some lumps this year. They've lost some games they were supposed to win, and I think they've won a few games they were supposed to lose. One of their guys, Zach Nelson, the third baseman, he plays for the Sticks. So I've been able to see Zach play over the last couple of years, and any team that's got him hitting in the 7 hole for them, that they probably can hit a little bit. So again, it'll be 2 athletic, programs in the conference that are looking to get after and just get ready for the playoffs as you start counting down the games until that time comes.
Well, the one thing that the one word I'll say about Pleasant Grove so far this year in district is I'm just going to use the word dominance. I went back and looked at just some of the games, and just to give some stats, they've got 7 games where they've scored double digits. They're averaging 9.42 runs a game, which is pretty phenomenal. They've had 5 shutouts. They're only allowing 1.67 runs a game in district. They've only allowed 3 runs or more in 3 games, and they've scored fewer than 5 runs in only 2 games. So their offensive output this year has been phenomenal, and the pitching has just been even better than that.
Most definitely. The pitching led on this team by a sophomore, Jared Halter, who's just having an amazing year on the bump. And then, like I said tonight, Hunter Rose, another young arm, able to step up on the mound for the Hawks and get it done. So the Hawks are in good hands right here and definitely on a roll leading into these playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Fincher, you got to feel good about it. Jay probably knows their record to begin with. They started out with a lot more losses than they're used to and not many wins, and now you look up and they're 21-5, I think it is, and undefeated in conference, and now it looks like a Pleasant Grove Hawk team of the last 8 or 10 years, and it looks like they're getting ready to roll through the region again. And so, again, I think the theme for those guys right now, if I had to guess, Riley's just thinking, hey, let's play well, let's stay healthy, and let's wrap up these next few weeks. And obviously got a big game with the Leopards coming up, but let's just get ready for the playoffs healthy and playing well as they have been the last couple games.
Exactly. We were sitting right here in these exact same seats the very first game of the season, the opener here against Carthage, and we know how that turned out. And to see this Hawk team right now, it's a night and day from what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of baseball and why you love it so much as we pause to do the national anthem.
And there you have it. Both lineups have been called. The national anthem has been played, and it's time for some Friday night high school baseball.
And got to give a shout out to Coach Fincher and the Hawks. I mean, tonight was Teacher Appreciation Night, which is a great thing. A twist to helping, the teachers and the administration that have done what they're supposed to do for these student athletes to be successful. So really nice thing that Riley and them did tonight.
Exactly. You always want to see the teachers get their credit. I know we always come out for the sporting events, but there's people in the background that are helping these kids become successful as well. So that was great to see that. And obviously when you have one of your guys on the coaching staff be brought out for teacher appreciation, it hits a little bit different. So shout out to Coach Trey Hart and the Pleasant Grove Hawks for that.
Yeah, I don't know what it says about a school district when Trey Hart gets nominated for Teacher Appreciation Night, but, good for Trey. Trey obviously a proud Hawk alumni and has been for a long time, so I know that was probably special for Trey. And, like I said, just a good thing overall. We would love to name every teacher, but we didn't get a list. But just a good thing. There was probably 10 or 12 out here, and it looks like the kids got to pick their teacher. So that was a great thing. And like I said, Coach Fincher did a really good job, him and his staff doing that tonight.
Exactly. Hunter Rose on the bump for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. We're going to have the North Lamar lineup for you right here. Leadoff is going to be your DH, number 4, Jackson Brasso. Hitting right behind him is going to be Corbin Bleach, your second baseman, Matthew Sandlin at shortstop, Kason Bleach at catcher, Gage Reeves out in right field, Jackson Spangler on the mound, Zach Nelson at third, Blake Hildreth in left field, Cole Finley in center, and Dawson Taylor is going to be your first baseman tonight. Great lineup that Hunter Rose is going to have to really pick his spots and work his way through, not just a team, like we said before, that's going to come in here and give the Hawks a win tonight.
Yeah, I always try to look and just see the mental strength of players. And, this is Hunter Rose, basically the first time that he's pitched after he's gotten his Arkansas news. So it'll be interesting just to see how he sort of plays off that as we go through this game.
Yeah, he's also been sick for a while. He was thrown up in the game last Friday, so I'll also be interested to see fatigue-wise how he does. But hard to start much better than that as he gets a first pitch ground out to second base for Jared Halter over to Ty Boozer for 1 pitch, 1 out for the Hawks.
Great play right there by Jared Halter. Hard hit ground ball to second base, and he did what he's supposed to do, scoop it up and get it over to Ty Boozer. So we're sitting here 1 out on 1 pitch and nobody on right here for Hunter Rose and the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
Sometimes being the visitors or sometimes being the home team and being in the field first is not nearly as ideal when, there's a decent crowd here and a little bit of energy. But anytime you can get a first pitch out, it makes things a little bit easier. And now Hunter, falling behind 1-0 will be able to get back in and not have to worry very much as he gets a foul ball to make it 1-1 to second baseman here, number 11, Corbin Blease.
Corbin Blease hitting 2-hole for the North Lamar Panthers. Got a little scouting report on him before the game. Hits balls hard to right field. So let's see how Hunter Rose faces up against him.
Looks like a change up there from Hunter for a swing and a miss to make it 1-2.
Yeah, Hunter got him to chase that one just outside the strike zone. So
little swinging bunt, I would call it, right back to the pitcher. Out number 2 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
Yeah, we don't have the best view. I mean, Jay's closer than me, but looks like maybe another changeup or not exactly sure, but not the fastball, obviously, to, back-to-back pitches to get the second out as a ground out back to Hunter for the 1-3 put out.
Brings up Matthew Sandlin, the shortstop here for the Panthers tonight. Sandlin hits one right back up the box. That was going to get through for a single. 2 out, first pitch single, probably not what Hunter Rose or Coach Fincher wants to see here.
They haven't been the worst swings by North Lamar, but also at the same time, that's 3 ground balls and about 6 pitches for Hunter. So not the worst if you're the Panthers. You'd like a few more base runners, but also not the worst for Hunter Rose, who's been getting outs and regardless of the outcome has been getting batters in and out at a quick pace so far.
2 outs, man on, brings up the 4-hole, Kason Blease for the Panthers.
it doesn't look like Sandlin's going to step too far off the base, but I have liked Hunter's move to first this season.
1-0 pitch on the way, and there's that pickoff move there. The Pleasant Grove dugout wanted the call out there. Didn't get it.
I tell you, we talk about the staff and how good they've been all year, and they have. I mean, Jay's got the numbers. They're phenomenal. But I'll tell you, a really interesting just development of this Hawk team that kind of never gets talked about, in my opinion, is just how good Cade Martin's been behind the plate this year. The questions coming into the season, I think, you had freshman Buck Anderson, you had sophomore Landon West, you had junior Cade Martin, and you had a few other guys in the mix. And, I mean, Cade has just done a phenomenal job as one of the few upperclassmen kind of leading this group and really made it easy. Big target, good throwdown, just made it easy for some of these young kids to be successful, and they've taken, more than an advantage of the situation, having an older kid back there.
Exactly. Cade Martin definitely looks like a man back there behind the plate, and he does the same thing in the batter's box. He leads this Hawk team by example more than a lot of players that you see around.
And I think he's done a good job just to keep the pitchers comfortable in situations where maybe they do have someone in scoring position.
Two 2-1 pitch. That pitch comes across for a strike, tying it up at 2 here.
Yeah, good job by Hunter to get even on a, not really sure if it was a check swing or in the zone, but got it both ways and got a chance right here to kind of steal a little bit of momentum if you're Hunter Rose and have a quick inning, and got a chance for the Panthers to bust this thing open and kind of get them on a 15-20 pitch inning. So really kind of a momentum swing here early for the Hawks. If Hunter can take advantage of this 2-2 count to the 4-hole with 2 outs in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, only pitching 37 innings so far, but he's got 52 Ks, so his ratio's pretty good there.
Hunter Rose comes to the plate. That one's just a little bit high, maybe outside, making this count full. 2 outs with a runner on first.
Big pitch here, right here for Hunter, as Coach Fincher tells Ty Boozer to play off the bag. So you'll be throwing across here with 2 outs as a 3-2 count to the 4-hole as Hunter Rose comes set for the Hawks.
Great pitch, get another ground ball. Hunter Rose has got to get over and cover the bag. He will. And that's out number 3. Great play right there by the Pleasant Grove Hawk defense as they come away with this inning unscathed. As they take a small break, we'll take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning as Pleasant Grove gets out of the top half of the inning with no runs scored there. Great start off of the game for Hunter Rose. And now this lineup's got to face Jackson Spangler of the North Lamar Panthers. I got the lineup for you right here. It's going to be leadoff Brenton Clark, followed by second baseman Jared Halter, J.M. Long right after that, Cade Martin, Hunter Rose, Buck Anderson, Spencer Browning, and Ty Boozer for the Pleasant Grove Hawks tonight. And Jace Elrod as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see facing a left-hander. Obviously, Brendan Clark, who has just been playing phenomenal to start the games off for the Hawks. I mean, obviously a left-handed hitter as well as J.M. Long and Jace Elrod as well. So it'll be interesting to face a left-hander who controls the run game pretty well. At least, in the past he has. So he's kind of been their go-to guy all year, and he moves around like a guy that's got a little bit of confidence. So it'll be interesting to see how the left-hander holds the Hawks here early as Brendan Clark looks to start things off on a positive note.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Clark's very confident up there, and he's drawn 22 walks so far. So you know that he's going to try to work this count.
Brendan Clark, one of my favorite leadoffs to see right here. He always goes up there with the plan and normally jumps on one of these first pitches. There it is, trying to jump on pitch number 1 as he fouls one back to the backstop. 0-1 your count.
Yeah, just watching the warm-up throws, this is one of those left-handers. I mean, it's a little sneaky velocity. I mean, kind of hard to tell from where we're sitting, but it looks like it's got a little bit of stuff and you know, how the catcher's moving his mitt, you know, maybe runs a little bit. So I'm not sure his record. I don't know if Jay has that, but looks like a guy that's probably been a little bit successful this year. And as he drops in a breaking ball for a ball to make it 2-1 to Brendan Clark here.
I think in district he has 5 of their 6 wins.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, you can tell he controls it. He's in control. He's got some of that Brendan Clark kind of charisma and confidence as he moves around on the mound. So big pitch right here, 2-2 count to two good really good players getting after it.
Exactly. Brendan Clark up here fouling off pitches. Normal for us to see that from him, but you got to think he's going to start this thing off with a single. One comes in high, a little high cheese, a little too close for Brendan's liking. Brings that count to full here, 3-2.
It's amazing how baseball's played. I mean, Hunter Rose throws about 10, 12, 15 pitches total, and what I would say was 10 minutes, and then Clark sees 7 pitches in about 45 seconds. So Brendan Clark is on first already with a full count walk, and what feels like it's took 45 seconds to play. With Jared Halter here up as Coach Fincher gives the signs. And if you've watched the Hawks play anytime this year, the last 10 years, there's a good chance you know what's going on here, is they're going to look to score early and get started here to give Hunter a lead early.
Definitely going to probably see some small ball action here, move over Brendan. Quick pick move to keep him honest over there. He's back underneath the tag. Squared around the bunt there, pulls back on the high pitch. 2-0.
1-0.
I'm sorry, 1-0 is your count. I'm good for about 2 or 3 of those a game.
Yeah. That's why we have a 3-man booth, so we can catch each other's mistakes.
There's Halter trying to get the second pitch down for a bunt, fouled off to the backstop.
Yeah, it looked like a breaking ball there, which is a little dicey from North Lamar, honestly. I mean, 1-0 breaking ball looked like it probably was going to be a ball. So, you know, be interesting to see kind of how they call it. Looks like the catcher might be calling his own game. So, be interesting to see here how they go with what pitch and what count is this 1-1 to Jared Halter.
1-1 pitch comes in low, bringing the count to 2-1 here. Great spot to be in right here for Halter.
Yeah, just great spot in general for the Hawks. I mean, you got a plus runner on first who likes to steal and has kind of made a thing of it, and you got a contact hitter at the plate. So good spot to be in right here if you're Coach Fincher and the Hawks.
That pitch drops in for a strike, bringing the count to even here, 2-2.
Big pitch right here early.
A ground ball through the right side is going to put Clark definitely in the opportunity to score.
Halter gets a hold of one, is going to send it high in the left field. Center fielder is going to come over and make the grab. Cole Findley records the first out for the Panthers.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to cut Jay off. Kind of a big pitch right there for Spangler, just in the fact that you get one out and you get back to a left-on-left situation with one out. I mean, had a chance to kind of limit the damage right there and kind of stop the base runners, and kind of got what he wanted here. Now he's got one out as he's pitching to Pleasant Grove Hawk 3-hole hitter J.M. Long.
First pitch misses outside, 1-0 to J.M. Long. Not a bad guy to have up with someone on base right here.
No, and close to a balk right there. I mean, about as close as you could get. So be interested to see kind of how that plays out as he definitely quick pitch J.M. first pitch with a pretty good breaking ball right there. That was called a ball.
Big move, tries to get Brendan Clark. J.M. Long hits one hard up the middle. Second baseman has a chance to make a play on it. He will. Can have a fielder's choice. That's gonna be your shortstop.
Yeah, that not necessarily a fielder's choice, just a 6-3 right there, and kind of unfortunate for JM as the shortstop was covering the bag on the stolen base, and he was playing across the bag there to make a really unbelievable play for what I would say is probably the second best shortstop on the field. He made it look like he was the Texas Tech signee. So good job of hitting by J.M. Long, and a better job of defending by the shortstop for North Lamar as Brendan Clark's on second now with 2 outs.
First pitch to senior Cade Martin.
Junior
Junior Cade Martin, sorry. junior, Cade Martin. I feel like I've been covering him for a while.
Yeah, he looks like he's 23 years old in the men's league. He's a good-looking player as he hits with Brendan Clark on second and 2 outs right here in a 1-0 count.
And already has 3 home runs for the year.
And has hit him in a hurry.
Great pitch right there.
I think he hit his first one against LE that night for the season. So he's racked them up in a limited amount of time as it's 1-1 right here.
Not a guy you want to miss necessarily with if you're the pitcher.
Oh, and it'll be interesting to see how he throws with a base open. Got another left-hander up next.
It looked like Cade was walking out to talk to the coaches before that ball even left the pitcher's hand.
Yeah, kind of an interesting situation right there. Another good pitch. His breaking balls have been, if they're off, they're just barely off. So he's done a good job so far throwing the breaking ball, missing with the fastball a little bit.
Big swinging foul ball right there from Cade Martin. Straight back to the back of the backstop.
Yeah, and you've seen that a few times on the fastball so far, just missing, especially on that fastball up a little bit. Again, I think a little bit of sneaky velo as it looks like Coach Fincher's trying to get Clark to do something out there at second here with 2 outs.
Cade Martin's going to pop this one up in the center field. Second baseman's going to draw back to catch it. And he will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Pleasant Grove will not strike in this half inning. As they take a small break, we'll take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Jackson, the ace.
And we are back live here at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field as the Pleasant Grove Hawks are back out on defense here. Had a chance to score there. Brent Clark threatening on second base, just was not able to drive him in.
Yeah, this is probably a Jay Davis question, but I would say there haven't been many times this year, if at all, that Clark's been on first to start the game and that they didn't score a run. So a little interesting dynamic here on Friday night at Hawk Field, but nonetheless 0-0 headed into the top of the second as Pleasant Grove and North Lamar's getting under play in conference game tonight.
Yeah, and Spangler has looked good. Definitely is going to lean on his off speed and curveball, so that may be enough to sort of keep Pleasant Grove off for the first turn through the order, but that second sight may be a different animal.
Exactly. Leading off for the North Lamar Panthers here in this inning is going to be number 9, Gage Reeves, your right fielder tonight for the Panthers. First pitch, swing and strike.
Fastball up in the zone there from Hunter as he gets the check swing, full swing action from Gage here to make it 0-1.
Second pitch, strike, way ahead right here, Hunter Rose.
Yeah, you would think with Coach Fincher and Cade back there, something out of the zone right here on 0-2 to start this second inning.
0-2 hit by pitch.
It was out of the zone. Unfortunately, it was on the wrong side as he hits Gage Reeves to start the top of the second inning.
Reeves ends up on first on a hit by pitch. That's going to bring up your pitcher, Jackson Spangler.
Yeah, you would just think the way Jackson walks around that he probably can hit a little bit. I don't have any stats to tell me that, but I would say he feels like he's going to get a hit just watching him.
One runner on, nobody out for Hunter Rose in this Pleasant Grove defense.
First pitch breaking ball.
Great job right there by Cade Morton, dropping and blocking right there, keeping that ball in front with that runner on first.
One 0 count here from Hunter Rose.
Hunter Rose keeping Mr. Reeves honest over there on first base.
Be interesting to see right here if Gage is going to try to bunt again. Didn't square around right there, too far on the pickoff play.
Squares the bunt, fouls one back to the concession stand. Bring your count to 1-1.
I don't know how Jackson ended up on first already on a ball that hit off the screen, but he was getting down the line a little bit. So
he's got a little bit of speed to him for sure.
Yeah, he moves around like somebody that loves baseball. So it'll be interesting to see again with a 1-1 count, kind of what the Panthers decide to do here.
Rose decides to step off.
Yeah, I spent a little time on Twitter today, and Spangler's got quite a few social media highlights that are posted out there. So he definitely is a ball player.
Is he a senior?
Man, you're going to get me lying now.
Hunter Rose pick off again. Reeves back before the tag. Spangler steps back in the box, 1-1 count. Great pitch right there from Hunter Rose. Falls in for a strike.
Yeah, very good pitch and a great job by Cade Martin on the ball at the bottom of the zone to get the strike called to take it to 1-2 for Hunter Rose and the Hawks.
Rose swinging strikeout. Pitcher versus pitcher there. You always want to win those battles.
Yeah, two big-time competitors. As I know, Gage was looking to advance the runner, but nonetheless, that'll be one out to bring up Panther Zach Nelson, who has played with the Sticks the last 2 years, and a family that I really enjoy. I saw his sister Abby was watching, so very good family, very good kid. Be interesting to see what Zach will do here against Hunter Rose with one out in the top of the second.
First pitch just outside. 1-0 count. Hunter Rose doing a great job of keeping Reeves very close to first base, not even able to get very much extension.
Yeah, and I mean, not really even trying to do too much ever since they took the bunt off. His lead's kind of changed as well. So kind of a one-way lead here as Hunter goes 2-0 to Zach Nelson, who will be ready to hit, I would think, in a 2-0 count right here.
That ball's going to be hit hard out in the left field. Jason Elrod's going to get it in quickly.
Yeah, good job by Zach right there, just being ready to hit. And it's kind of what he's done his whole career. You know, when it's time to hit, he's been a hitter. So kind of a good swing and kind of bad on Hunter's part to get it to 2-0 and good on Zach's part to hit a little bit when he needs to hit. But that'll bring up Blake Hildreth with 1 out and 2 on as Coach Fincher takes a visit.
Normally don't see Coach Fincher come out this early. Normally, you know, he's a coach that'll sit back and let the player work through it right here. So I think he's just really going up there just to tell Hunter Rose, you know, just calm down a little bit. We're not hurt by anything. It's 2 singles or a hit by pitch and a single here. Not nothing going crazy right now. So this is just precautionary right here.
Well, and anytime that you've got Halter, Long, and Browning behind you, the double play can come in to end this inning quick.
Well, we've already seen one play by Ty Boozer at first base. I mean, you got 4 shortstops on the field across every bag. So anything hit on the green, you'll have a chance for a double play. And, you know, you got a catcher that'll take care of things if there's a bunt or some kind of run situation. So Hunter's in a good spot. You know, the backbreaker here so far has been the 0-2 hit by pitch. You know, really the singles, whatever. So you're looking to get out here with 1 out as he makes his first pitch.
First pitch, swing and strike. Good-looking swing right there from Blake Hildreth.
And Ty's playing in tight. Definitely inside the grass.
Yeah, especially with a left-handed hitter, which, you know, obviously Riley knows bunt coverages more than I ever would. But as soon as we say that, he moves Ty back behind the bag. So.
Pitch comes in just a little high. tying the count at 1 here. Runners on first and second. Just 1 out here. I'm sure Hunter Rose and the Hawks are looking for a ground ball.
Probably will take it out any way they can get it, but a ground ball would be preferred probably.
Count moves to 2-1 after that outside pitch from Hunter Rose.
Hunter's done a bad job, really, in my opinion, of just taking the easy outs when he needs them. He's kind of worked his pitch count up a little bit, so a double play would really get him back in things. As I know, he's one that he likes to go complete game every time out. So to do that, he's going to need to steal some outs right here, as he's kind of went 0-2 hit by pitch, then long strikeout, then a 2-0 single, and now works it back to 2-2. Kind of needs to chip away to keep the outs in line with the pitch count total.
Great pitch right there from Hunter Rose, and also a great job by Blake Hildreth right there staying alive.
Yeah, he's approaching 30 pitches if he hasn't already hit it.
Yeah, and I mean, this left on left matchup, you know, looking at some of the swings, I mean, Hunter's got him right where he wants him. If he'll just do anything but hit him right here, he'll have a chance. Good job on the breaking ball by Hunter, and good job by Blake to lay off of it. To make it 3-2 here with 1 out.
Another almost swinging bunt there from Hildreth as it hits the plate underneath him.
Yeah, you can tell that Hunter's been tough on left-handers, and Blake Hildreth's just done a fantastic job of doing whatever he can for the Panthers to get that pitch count up and give himself the chance to get on base for Cole Finley batting after him.
Keep battling. Let's go, Blake. Come on, Blake. Put this pitch, man. Good. Great job, Blake.
So that one gets away from Rose, and it's going to be a base on balls for Hildreth as the bases become loaded for Cole Finley, your center fielder.
Yeah, I mean, you're still not hurt. You know, we've talked about the infield not only today, but every game we've covered. I mean, they're as good as you could imagine, and now you got the force. I mean, with the 9-hole up, left on left, if you're Hunter Rose, you got to feel good about it, in control. But unfortunately, you still got to throw strikes, which Hunter's done his whole career, and have no reason to think he won't bounce it back right here as he gets the 1-0 check swing on a breaking ball down in the zone to 9-hole Cole Finley for North Lamar with 1 out here in the top of the second.
Great pitch right there from Rose. Anytime you can get the bend over stance from a batter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, the only thing that could really hurt the Hawks right here is a flare, in my opinion, because I think Hunter's kind of rolling when it's in the zone, just like that right there. So if he'll just stay dominant right here to Cole Finley, I think he'll be a good day for the Hawks right here.
And I just have to keep telling myself that Hunter's just a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good out there.
Yeah, it'll be
another great pitch.
2 years from now, or 3 years from now, when him and Walker Wright and Spencer Browning are kind of I would think the 1-2-3 punch on the mound. It'll be a special group of 26s on the mound. But if they don't get any better, they'll still be impressive as Hunter with another strikeout. That's a lot in a little amount of innings pitched for him.
Strikeout to roll over the lineup for the Panthers. Jackson Brosseau, your DH tonight's in the box.
Grounded out to second, his first at bat.
Looks like he's going to do it again. Great play by Jared Halter to keep it in front. Not able to make a throw. And North Lamar is going to score across a run here and strike first.
Fantastic play by Jared Halter to keep the ball in the infield.
Great hustle. I thought the play was made already as soon as I saw it and looked around there. But just bounced off his chest. But diving play, save runs right there. If that ball gets to the infield, North Lamar scores one or another one and maybe 2 more.
Yeah, the runner on third, Zach Nelson, was definitely trying to score. I mean, he come wide turn, and Jared almost had a chance to back pick him at third. But still got bases loaded, 2 outs here for Hunter with 2-hole Corbin Blees up for the Panthers.
Great pitch right there from Hunter Rose to get the swing and strike from Corbin Blees.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times in a row, but at least 3 batters in a row. I think Hunter started them off with a breaking ball down. So, Hunter's feeling the breaking ball early, and Kate's doing a great job with the bases loaded, keeping it in front of him and giving the Hawks a chance here.
0-1 pitch on the way. Hunter Rose steps off. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Another great pitch right there and a good swing as well.
Yeah,
Fouled
really,
off to the
really
backstop.
good swing. Really good swing right there on the 0-1. 0-1 fastball to make it 0-2 here.
Let's go, battle. Anything close, get on top of the plate.
Huge pitch right here for Hunter Rose and the Pleasant Grove Hawks. It's going to be a foul ball down the first base line there. That's that flare you were talking about. If that ball gets in, that's trouble for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, good job by Corbin Blees right there with 2 outs, just giving himself a chance. Keep it 0-2 here for Hunter Rose.
Come on, Corbin. Good job. Keep battling. Let's go. Come on, Corbin. Come on. Good.
Another 0-2 pitch fouled back
Keep battling. Have a great
out of
game.
play.
Let's go.
The count stays 0-2, but still a great at bat right here for Corbin Blees.
Yeah, it's really just been a great job of offense for the Panthers. They started off with the bottom of their lineup, and they took what the Hawks have given them, mixed in a hit, and a ground ball to get a run in right here.
And there's a strikeout for out number 3, as Hunter Rose does not let the bases loaded situation get under his skin.
All 3 strikeouts, all 3 outs that inning came on the strikeout by Hunter to get out of it at a 1-0 game.
Great inning.
Headed into the bottom of the second.
Great inning for the Hawks, but not before North Lamar strikes first. 1-0 is your new score. As they take a small break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Back here at Hawk Field for the bottom of the second inning as the Pleasant Grove Hawks are taking on the North Lamar Panthers. Jay, pretty good inning right there by the North Lamar Panthers to scratch out a run off Hunter Rose right there.
Yeah, they had some good luck there as far as hit by pitch, and North Lamar able to get that run in, and is it going to be enough?
Well, it's definitely a good start for them as they go up 1-0. Hunter Rose will lead off this inning for the Hawks, hitting in the 5-hole, looking to kind of redeem himself a little bit and get this thing started to turn it back around as he takes a fastball away for ball 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a lead you want to give Spangler. So Pleasant Grove definitely wanting to counteract that run in the previous inning, or in this inning.
It looks like Hawks ace Jared Halter has went down to the bullpen to throw a Landon West as well. So Riley Fincher not messing around at all as he knows Spangler's not going to need many tonight to do what he needs to do. So they got Jared getting after it in the bullpen a little bit, it looks like. And, a couple runs right here will probably dictate what they do. But got it 2-2 so far to Hunter Rose to lead off the inning for the Hawks.
Well, Hunter does have a home run for the season, but the wind's not blowing, so if he does it this bad, it's all him.
Check swing, going to be a strikeout for Jackson Spangler. That's going to be out number 1 of the inning for the North Lamar Panthers.
Yeah, and really good breaking ball by Spangler again. Kind of good baseball right here so far by 2 really, really talented left-handers that'll pitch for a long time with the breaking balls down. I can't really imagine what Buck Anderson will be talking about right here to the umpire. I'm going to say maybe either the glove or the wrist sleeve that he is wearing. Probably more a little bit of just trying to get in the head of Spangler, who's kind of doing what he wants right now.
His wrist sleeve has a little bit of white tape on it. I don't think white tape is allowed if you're a pitcher. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He puts the white tape in his back pocket and his back playing ball.
Not the worst by Buck Anderson. Probably not going to make a difference, but if you can get Jackson out of a groove, that's all you're trying to do really right there. And if you're the Hawks, it'd be hard to blame him right here. Jackson Anderson, whose walk-up song was Grills, which is fitting as his dad's an orthodontist, so a little bit of comedy during all of that.
Buck Anderson, another one of these touted freshmen in this Pleasant Grove lineup.
I tell you, Jackson Spangler's done a really good job throwing that fastball in or away to left-handers into right-handers, but it's just not getting called the way he's kind of catching it. So it's a couple fastballs pretty good right there in a row to make it 2-1 to Buck Anderson here. 1 out for the Hawks in the bottom of the second.
You see Spangler shaking off a lot of pitches here, definitely calling his game and throwing the pitches that he feels most comfortable with as he ties the count up at 2-2.
Well, and he's dictating the pace.
Most definitely.
It's a really good job by Buck right there to hold off on that 2-2 fastball up. Haven't seen the breaking ball yet to Buck, and probably not the time to throw it as he hasn't really thrown it for a strike, but I would think that he'd have a chance if he gets it over the plate right here. 3-2 to Buck Anderson.
Full count, and that count became full really fast as Spangler's really picked up the pace right here to Buck Anderson. Full count strikeout. That's going to be strikeout number 2 for Jackson Spangler in this inning. 2 outs, nobody on for the Pleasant Grove Hawks as they bring up freshman Spencer Browning.
You know, two talented freshmen to a third as Rose, Anderson, and Browning are hitting back with 2 outs here in the second as Spencer hops out of the way on a ball that probably would have hit him.
1-0 pitch as that pitch comes inside. Breaking ball comes inside as well. Great breaking ball. Falls in for a strike. 1-1, your new count.
Yeah, a little bit up, but nonetheless got the call as Coach Fincher gives Spencer a couple signs here for the 1-1 count from Jackson Spangler.
Spangler hits Browning. That's always a issue or a chance to happen when you're messing around with that inside corner, and he stayed inside right there. 3 batters in a row. You got to think it was going to come at some point.
Yeah, I'm thinking that hurt because that sounded like it was.
That was solid. You know, a lot of the times we see you guys get hit with fastballs and it just skims their jersey, and we hear, you know, the jersey catch the ball, but that was flesh right there.
It's one of those things, if he'd have just took the ball off the foot the first at bat, he wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Yeah, I think Forrest Gump says buttocks, so.
Spencer Browning on first base here, 2 outs for Ty Boozer.
You know, kind of unfortunate because he could have had Boozer, Elrod, Clark to lead off the third, but, I mean, still got a chance here. One of my favorite Hawks, Ty Boozer, coming up, who always seems to be a tough out for the Hawks. You know, definitely don't want to go Clark, Halter, Long to start the third. So if you're Jackson Spangler, you want to get one of these next 2 guys out to kind of break those up as Ty Boozer hits with 2 outs for the Hawks.
Breaking ball off the plate right there for ball number 1.
Well, as a coach, how does it feel to have your 9th hole or your 8th hole hitter hitting 420?
You won't find a bigger fan than Ty Boozer than me. And unfortunately, in the profession I'm in, you don't see many kids that love it. And I think Ty loves baseball, and his batting average shows that. His uniform shows it. His play shows it. I mean, he's going to do whatever he can to be successful. And I'd want him hitting 8th, 9th, 1, 2. There'll be a day where he probably hits in the 3 hole. As
Browning on the move. That ball's going to get through. Now Browning on the way to third. No throw. And Spencer Browning goes from first to third on a steal. An overthrow.
And just like that, you got one of the best runners on your team on third, and you got maybe the highest average on the team up to bat. So sometimes grades and what position you're hitting in become irrelevant when the lights come on. And now you got Pleasant Grove Hawks sophomore Ty Boozer with a chance to tie this thing up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second off Jackson Spangler. Spangler hits Boozer in the chest with that fastball.
The inside pitch looks good, but like I said, it causes a problem every now and then. That's going to be 2 hit batters in a row. Now you've got a first and third situation for Jace Elrod.
Yeah, and as unfortunate it was that Ty just got hit in the chest, and he's not very bare-chested as it is. It was very close to hitting him on the hand, which would have just been an awful situation for someone having a great season. So luckily it stayed away from his hand area. It looked like it got him in the chest. As it'll bring up another uber-talented freshman in Jace Elrod with 2 outs for the Hawks, so they have runners on first and third.
Yeah, Jace Elrod, a guy who's almost a leadoff hitter hitting in the 9-hole here. Definitely anytime you need a bunt laid down or anything like that, he's a potential infield single guy. And when he hits the ball and it touches the ground in the outfield, it's an automatic double, possible triple out of this guy. So having him up with runners on first and third, a possible chance to get Boozer in motion and things like that, Jace Elrod sitting in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I mean, going into the year, if you'd have said Jace Elrod has had the season he's had, you'd have said, hey, the Hawks are probably pretty good. And Jace didn't get the credit as all those other freshmen did, and he's just went out every game and kind of grinded his way out and just been a hard out. And I expect nothing else here than him to do whatever he needs to do to get on bases. I'm sure Coach Fincher will have Ty doing something first and third wise, trying to give the Hawks a chance to score a run early right here.
Now Elrod takes one as well. That's going to be 3 batters in a row, bases loaded for the Pleasant Grove Hawks, all hit by pitch. That brings up bases loaded for your leadoff, Brenton Clark, who's already got 1 grand slam on the season.
Yeah, just as a guy that loves baseball, your heart kind of goes out for Spangler. I mean, he's so talented and just can't really make the adjustment right now with the fastball, and you hate that for him because that's 3 hit by pitches in a row. It'll be interesting to see how it is with him going back in the windup now, how his control kind of varies as he looks like he'll be in the windup here with 2 outs, pitching to Brendan Clark.
Brenton Clark calls time before the pitch there. So that pitch was not count. Still 0-0 count here, Brenton Clark. Spangler comes in early, making that count 0-1.
Yeah, that breaking ball's been as good as you could ask for tonight. Like I said, been down in the zone a bunch, but if he can throw it right there at the bottom, he'll have a chance. It's the fastball that he struggled with, and I think that's what he's hit all 3 batters on. Jay's got a better view than me, but it's kind of – he sprayed the fastball a little bit, but the breaking ball's been good as he goes back to it right here for strike number 2.
Definitely has control of the breaking ball right now. Really lost the fastball somewhere in the second inning here.
Big pitch right here for the Panthers, big at bat for the Hawks. So
low and away. It's Casey Bleak saves a run right there.
how many pitches is that, Doty, so far for Jackson Spangler? 40 exactly. 22 this inning from Zach Doty, who's on top of all those things. If you're the Panthers, you can't look that far down the road, but different team, I'm assuming, when he's not on the mound. So
great pitch right there. We just talked about his pitch count, so he needed to get out of the inning. Spangler comes through with a great breaking ball right there to strike out Brenton Clark for the 3rd out of the inning.
Yeah, it's about 100% strike on the breaking ball as he goes to it right there to end the inning. As we go, Panthers 1, Hawks nothing. As we go to the top of the 3rd here at Hawk Field.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we're back live here at Hawk Field as the Pleasant Grove Hawks are trailing to the North Lamar Panthers 1-0 right now. Coming up to bat for the Panthers is going to be shortstop Matthew Sandlin.
Yeah, he had a hit last time up the middle, first pitch swinging fastball of Hunter. You didn't know what the Hawks were going to do with Jared Halter in the bullpen, but they're running Hunter Rose back out there to start the top of the third right here.
First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Matthew Sandlin not only the shortstop, but the 3-hole for these North Lamar Panthers. It's going to be a ground ball to J.M. Long. He's going to scoop it up over the top. Boozer, but not in time. As Matthew Sandlin rolled down the first base line right then.
Yeah, and a good job by Ty Boozer to scoop that ball to try to give it a chance, but just pretty good athlete. And the unfortunate thing about this position at game day is you only get to see kids play once. You don't know what kind of athlete Matthew Sandlin is, but looks like a very, very talented athlete who got down the line at a very above average rate to bring up the 4-hole, the catcher, Kason Blees, who's been playing extremely well behind the plate tonight.
He has, and no outs, runner on first for Mr. Blees.
Yeah, Sandlin may get a visit from the track coach tomorrow.
Most definitely. That was J.M. Long's not a easy guy to get an infield base hit on.
No, and it just kind of took an extra bounce on J.M. I mean, I think he didn't think he had to play through it, and he probably didn't if it wasn't kind of a freak athlete running down the line. But nonetheless, if you're Hunter Rose, you're looking to get another ground ball and get a double play right here for the Hawks.
Oh, 1 pitch from Hunter Rose. It's going to be fouled right over the booth for strike number 2.
Blees had the comebacker to Hunter Rose his last at bat, which right now wouldn't be the worst thing, assuming they didn't get the force at second. Just looking to put a ball in play as he fouls back the second pitch to make it 0-2.
Ball low, great play right there by K. Mark, keeping that ball in front.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's a breaking ball or a changeup from here, but something that Caden Martin did a great job of blocking as Hunter looks to throw this 1-2 pitch to Kason Blees.
That one's going to go off the foot of Blees. That's going to put runners on first and second, nobody out for Hunter Rose and the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Stepping into the batter box is going to be your right fielder tonight, Gage Reeves.
Kate Martin's going to go out there and get the team together, see what they can do with this North Lamar Panther first and second opportunity they have.
Looks like Riley's about to come out and do something as dugout scurrying to find another glove, I'm assuming for Hunter or Jared, but hard to tell just yet.
Runners on first and second, nobody out right now for the Hawks as Gage Reeves steps into the box looking to make something happen for North Lamar right here.
Yeah, Gage was hit his last at bat and would probably love to do whatever he needed to do to get on base again. He kind of led off that big inning last time, scored the run. So here we are, runners on first and second with no outs for the Panthers here in the top of the third as Ty Boozer is about even with the scoring table on the bunt. Almost a little bit dangerous as Gage swings through the 0-0 fastball.
Beautiful swing right there by Gage Reeves. I know we don't, if you're a North Lamar Panther, you don't want to see him miss it, but that was a beautiful swing and a dangerous situation for Ty Boozer.
Yeah, just the game inside the game. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say Gage has had some success probably with the extra base hit on the year, just given the fact that Coach didn't give him the bunt. And those are two pretty good swings. Obviously, the Hawks would have bunted, which is why Coach Fincher had Ty playing 10 feet from the plate. But nonetheless, it's 0-2 from Hunter Rose right here as the Hawks look to get the first out of the inning.
Almost got it right there as well as that fastball almost got by Reeves.
Be interested to know how much the Panthers swing on or practice on two-strike hitting. I mean, seriously, I mean, every swing with 2 strikes has been as if they were trying to do it.
Trying to lift one up here and extend their lead just 1-0 right now over the Pleasant Grove Hawks. And there's a strikeout for Hunter Rose. Bringing up the first out of the inning with runners on first and second. Now Rose is just a ground ball away from getting out of this thing.
Yeah, Rose has been very successful throwing that higher fastball. Not sure if that would have been a ball, but it was close enough to make him swing and gets him to another strikeout in the books.
Spangler steps into the box. Definitely wanting to put something on the grass right here and extend his lead right that he can go back out on the mound with.
Yeah, again, as just a fan of the game, it'd be interesting to see what happens. I mean, two competitors, and you know, I think if you're being honest, man-to-man, North Lamar's probably got to be feeling good right here, winning after 2.5, and, you know, really looking to add another one, and Jackson can help himself out right here as he takes the 0-0 fastball up. Be interesting to see if he's able to get something in his zone to help give the Panthers a bigger lead.
Something about Hunter Rose's release, I don't know what it is. Jay just mentioned it right there, but that high fastball has these batters really on their toes and swinging at it. We just saw Spangler right there almost take his hips to first base on that high fastball.
Yeah, they're not looking for a blooper, that's for sure, as he squares the bunt.
2-0 count right here for Jackson Spangler, and we're going to see a trip from Coach Riley Fincher here.
Both coaches going to take the time to talk to their players.
Coach Fincher is going to take the ball from Hunter Rose, and it looks like he's going to hand it over to Jared Halter. But want to give a round of applause to Hunter Rose for coming out and starting this game off for the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
Yeah, you hate that for Hunter. You know he's been sick. I mean, like I said, not an excuse, and Hunter will be the first to tell you it's not an excuse. But throwing up during the game on Friday or on Monday, and just been kind of a long week for him. Missed a couple of days of school, but very unfortunate for him. As his big thing is competing, and he's one that'll win when he doesn't have his good stuff. And today he just didn't really have a chance to finish that goal. But not the worst situation for Jared Halter to come into. Who he's one that can come into absolutely any situation and give you a chance. But in a 2-0 count with one out in the top of the third, it could be worse, but it could be a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see as Jackson Spangler knows he's facing a strike thrower in a must throw a strike count. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out for the Hawks.
It sure will. North Lamar in scoring position right here. If you're Jared Halter, what you want to do is come in and get out of this inning quickly and try to keep that run off the board, and we know he can do that.
It's one of those deals where, I mean, would you have loved for Jared to start? Yeah, Jared's been a little probably fatigued as he's had a large workload this year for a young kid. He's kind of obviously been the man for the Hawks, but the fortunate thing is Hunter Rose gave you 7 outs. Jared Halter's going to go 21 outs every single time he plays baseball, and it just is what it is. But Hunter got him 7 in a 1-0 game, and as Jay gave you the stats, I mean, the Hawks are going to score, I would think, a lot more than 1. So, given the entire situation, Jared has kind of come into a good situation, and the Hawks kind of have the Panthers where they want them a little bit, assuming Jared does what he's done his whole career and stays in the zone right here.
Well, and to know that you can make a move like this and you're not losing anything in any position that just changed.
Exactly.
I mean, Hunter Rose at center, Brenton Clark second, Jared at pitcher.
Yeah, and I mean, you're bringing in your worst infielder, and I say that respectfully, as he's a University of Arkansas commit and one of the top 200 players in the country. I mean, if that's your worst player on that side of the field, then hey, it's going to be a good thing if the ball's hit on the green. So, big pitch right here from Jared Halter on a 2-0.
Spangler squares around the bunt. Halter getting it by him for a strike.
God, it's hard not to love Jared Halter as he just flips in the 2-0 breaking ball like he started the game, and that's pitch 50. I mean, just no big deal to make it 2-1 on Spangler. Interesting that North Lamar was going to bunt with 1 out here, but nonetheless, everybody's trying to do what they can to either get a run or limit a run either way.
He's going to push that one down the third baseline. Great play by Jared Halter, flipping it over to third and getting the lead runner there.
Again, it's hard not to love Jared Halter, man. I mean, just such a great player. And not the worst bunt by Spangler, really. I mean, you just got 2 probably Division I fielders on that side of the field that picks it up and flips it over there and knew exactly what he wanted to do the entire time. And that'll bring up everybody's favorite Panther, Zach Nilsson, who had a single his last at bat. looking to drive in another run here with 2 outs for the Panthers.
When you talk about how special Halter is, I mean, just to be able to make that play in this situation, to know to go to third to keep that lead runner.
Well, and just for Spencer Bryan to get back to the bag. I mean, I love Spencer as much as anybody, and, you forget how young he is, more so sometimes. I mean, just to stay there and not charge the ball that you got no chance to get is really impressive. Just a good job and a testament to what Riley's done all year of teaching these guys and them getting better.
Second pitch comes in just a little low. 2-0 count right here for Zach Nelson. Runners on first and second. Pitch high. Runner takes off late. K. Martin's going to have a chance here.
Yeah, I think the runner and I thought that it was going to be a tipped ball.
Mm-hmm. Foul ball, looked foul. I think it tipped off the top of Cade Martin's glove. Right after the swing, that made it look like a foul ball there. Nonetheless, great job of Cade Martin coming up fire in the third right there.
And now you've got 2 runners in scoring position.
3-1. Here's your count right here. Runners on second and third for the North Lamar Panthers.
Yeah, and this will be one of those. I mean, a walk wouldn't be the worst thing. I know Jared doesn't want to walk guys. He doesn't walk very many, but it won't be the worst thing here with the base open.
Great pitch right there. Falls outside the zone. Ball 4.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of just smart. Smart by Riley, smart by Cade, smart by Jared. I mean, just Zach really hammered the 2-0 fastball his last at bat, and this will bring up Blake Hildreth, who did walk his last at bat, but probably the better matchup for the Hawks as Jared looks to go after him in the windup right here.
0-0 pitch on the inside corner. Strike 1. Bases loaded situation right here for Hildreth. As he takes one off the jersey. That's going to walk in a run for the North Lamar Panthers, bringing the score to 2-0.
Well, unfortunately, when you walk that guy with the bases loaded, it leaves nowhere to put him, and very, 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 very uncharacteristic of Jared Halter. But, I'm sure he wishes he was perfect, but unfortunately, they're still 15, 16-year-old kids as he hits them on the 0-1 pitch.
It's going to be a Texas leaker, as I call him. Ty Boozer handles it swiftly, but not before North Lamar strikes just one more time. 2-0, your new score. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back here live at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field as the Hawks trail the North Lamar Panthers 2-0. We've had a pitching change for the Hawks, but North Lamar still going with Jackson Spangler, who looks like he's kind of ramping up a little bit there at the bottom, or the top half, or the bottom half of that last inning.
Yeah, and I mean, Spangler's one of those ones where you don't want to give him too many. He's kind of been dominant. I mean, unfortunately for him, the fastball command's been a little erratic, and that's where the hit-by pitches has come. As he hit 3 last inning, and he's walked 1 this game, but he's really kind of done what he wanted to do. And as he faces Jared Halter here to start out the bottom of the third, as Halter hammers the 0-0 fastball for a line drive, as the left fielder didn't have to move very far for the first out of the inning.
Great swing right there by Jared Halter. Sometimes you hit him hard, but you hit him hard right at somebody. Left fielder not even taking a step to make that catch, bringing up J.M. Long.
Yeah, and a really good job by Jackson, whose pitch count kind of rose a little bit, and he needs as many one-pitch outs as he can get as J.M. Long swings at the first pitch also. A very good swing by J.M.
0-1 count for the senior, J.M. Long here.
Another good pitch by Jackson. As catcher kind of get a little deep on him, maybe a little bit outside. We can't really tell from here, but take it 1-1 to J.M. Long.
Another big swing and strike right there from J.M. Long, bringing the count to 1-2. Another great pitch from Jackson Spangler.
Jay Davis locked in, not bringing much commentary as J.M. Long grounds out the second here for the 4-3.
I'm getting intrigued by Spangler. I mean, he looks like he's just getting more and more locked into this game, and his concentration just, bearing down on his catcher, waiting on the call, and every once in a while shaking one off. But, definitely, wanting to pitch his pitch, and it's got him a 2-0 lead so far.
Caden Martin, a very seasoned hitter in this Pleasant Grove lineup. But we see Jackson Spangler looking to seasoned as they come on the mound. Jay, you just spoke on it, him shaking off pitches, calling pitches that he wants to throw right now, and he's really in control of this ballgame.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like they're calling their own game as the catcher's not looking in, as he just tapped himself on his chest to the coach as they hit Cade with the 0-1 breaking ball here. But, Spangler knows what he wants to do, and he's got a plan, and was kind of having a huge inning until the hit by pitch as far as getting back on track with the pitch count.
Coming in to run for your catcher, Caden Martin, is going to be Garrett Harrison. And Hunter Rose steps into the box.
Yeah, he got Hunter last time on the breaking ball check swing. If I had to guess, Hunter knows that, and he'll be looking for it early if I had to guess.
Hunter Rose spins on one and fouls it down the first base line. You got some speed over on first base, and Garrett Harrison, not a bad time to, well, I guess there is 2 outs.
Well, it's one of those where, I mean, the Hawks are just looking for any break right here to catch a little bit momentum. They're one of those teams that it'll be none on 2 outs, and you look up and they've scored 6. Just trying to do whatever they can do, a wild pitch, a pass ball, a stolen base, whatever, with Hunter Rose hitting right here. That's a very good pitch by Jackson Spangler that moves the count to 2-1 as that pitch was just a little bit outside to Hunter Rose.
Yeah, Hunter's been doing well behind the plate and leads the team in doubles, so that right there could score a run or at least get them both in scoring position.
Another one in the dirt right there is going to move the count to 3-1 for Hunter Rose here.
The thing about Spangler is, I mean, he's been almost unhittable in the windup. He's been a little, whatever the word is, below unhittable in the stretch, and I say that because, I mean, he actually hasn't given up a hit yet. He's walked a few and hit a few, but he's the man in the windup right now. So if he can get out of it right here and get back in that windup, he'll have a chance as Buck Anderson hits with 2 on and 2 outs for the Hawks.
Yeah, he's got the Hawks mesmerized. I mean, they go from the last game getting 17 hits to none through the 3rd inning.
Buck Anderson, hard hit ground ball. That's going to get underneath play.
Oh, great play. Great play by the shortstop to knock it down.
Definitely a great play by the shortstop. I almost thought he came up with it there. Nonetheless, it stops Garrett Harrison from rounding the 3rd and scoring for the Hawks on North Lamar. 2 outs, bases loaded here with a chance to get out of this thing. Spencer Brown has got something to say about that, though.
Well, one of the things that Coach Fincher spoke about this week is the scoring that Pleasant Grove has done with 2 outs. And this could be instrumental in what they would be able to do the rest of the night with this bat right now.
Well, and if you're Jackson Spangler, you got to know, I mean, giving up 1's not even the end of the world. I mean, you would prefer to get out of this one none, but you got a 2-0 lead. You got it for a reason. You got, a freshman and a sophomore and a freshman coming up. You just got to get outs any way you can right now. I don't really know if that was as close to hitting Spencer Browning as Spencer made it appear, but the catcher's going to go out and talk to Jackson right here.
Spangler not wasting any time. First pitch fastball for a strike. Second pitch tries to come right inside on one of the best hitters in the state right here, or in the country.
Yeah, I like to think so. One of the most talented I've ever seen for sure. But you can be as good or young or old or whatever you want. If Spangler's in the windup, you're going to struggle. So we'll see right here as Spencer takes the goodest swing as we've seen all night to make it 1-2 first to Spangler right here, who has been going to the breaking ball a lot in this situation. So it'll be interesting to see how they play it with 2 outs.
2 strikes, 2 outs, and bases loaded.
There it is. And that's probably one of the better breaking balls he's thrown with 2 strikes. As him and his catcher have done a great job of being on the same page in those situations. Kind of got one up a little bit that Spencer fouled off his thigh, it looks like, to keep it at 1-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
And it looks like that's what the catcher was telling him right there. Great pitch. I like where you're going with it, but don't leave it hanging again.
Yeah, the pitch before, I mean, you could tell Spencer's ready to hit. And I don't know if Jackson's velocity's down a little bit, but be interesting to see what they go with right here against Spencer.
1-2 count on the way. Spencer Brown is going to foul that off out into the parking lot. Count's going to remain the same, 1-2, 2 outs, bases loaded.
Well, the one thing that Pleasant Grove has done this inning is definitely accelerated that pitch count for Spangler.
All with 2 outs as well.
Great pitch to get Spencer Browning on the check swing. Umpire says he did not go.
Hunter Rose has got a lead on second. That anything, anywhere is going to score 2 runs right here to tie this thing up.
A 2-run single or double right here is going to send this Pleasant Grove crowd into a frenzy. And there, Spencer Browning gets a hold of one. It's up. Center fielder, right fielder making a play on it. Diving catch.
Oh, that's a good catch.
As North Lamar gets out of this thing unscathed, Pleasant Grove will not score with the bases loaded situation. 2-0 is still your score. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
And we're back live here at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field as the Pleasant Grove Hawks still trail the North Lamar Panthers 2-0. Jared Halter is now your pitcher. And stepping into the batter's box is going to be number 4, leadoff Jackson Brosseau. First pitch is going to be popped up high into the lights. Spencer Browning settling underneath it. He's going to have it for the 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 4th inning here.
Yeah, I think Spencer had to move about 10 feet left to his right while that ball went up and down to be able to make that play.
Great job just by Jared Halter to get 1 pitch, 1 out, and you know, really kind of unfortunate for North Lamar, who's got all the momentum probably anybody's had against Pleasant Grove in conference, to go 1 pitch, 1 out to you know, a ball that didn't really give them a chance as Jared throws first pitch breaking ball for a strike to Corbin Belize here.
Great pitch right there from Halter. Another great pitch from Halter as he goes fastball for strike number 2.
Well, North Lamar's previous game was against Liberty Ilo, and they kept the game very, very close with Liberty Ilo until late in the game and ended up dropping it to Liberty Ilo. But
we're going to have a strikeout here from Jared Halter for out number 2 of the inning.
Yeah, Halter making quick work of the Panthers this inning.
0-0 pitch. Gonna have a swinging strike or a foul ball. I'm sorry.
Matthews got 2 hits tonight. 2 of the 3 hits for the Panthers. He singled to center and had the infield single to shortstop his last at bat.
Great play out there in short, saving a run for the Panthers last inning as well.
Yeah, he's a big-time athlete. One that you'd like to have up with nobody on to lead off an inning. But nonetheless, here we are as he hits a fly ball to Hunter Rose in center that will most likely be the 3rd out of the inning.
It will be the 3rd out of the inning. North Lamar does not strike again. The score remains 2-0. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day. We're back live here at Pleasant Grove Hawks Field as Ty Boozer gets ready to step into the batter box, but he's got to face Jackson Spangler, who has been a man on a mission tonight for the North Lamar Panthers.
If there's anybody that can get this thing going for the Hawks, it's my favorite Hawk, Ty Boozer. Again, he just kind of embodies everything you want in a high school baseball player. It would not surprise me at all if he's kind of the shift in the momentum right here for the Hawks to start the bottom of the 4th inning.
0-0 pitch on the way to Boozer. First pitch strike. 0-1 your count.
Boozer's just looking to drive one through the infield. Start the inning off with a single. Probably all Fincher's looking for right now.
I don't know if he always chokes up, but he's ready to do whatever he's got to do to get on base after getting hit his last at bat as he takes the breaking ball down to take it to 2-1.
Definitely need to get a hit right here or just something in this inning to show Pleasant Grove they've got life. High fastball gets Ty Boozer swinging there, strike 2.
I tell you what, Jackson Spangler's tough, boy. I mean, he's just working at a pace right now that, I mean, not even pitch clocks in the MLB are happy about. I mean,
check swing, call strike 3 as Ty Boozer strikes out. 1 out.
And as much as I love Ty Boozer, it'd be impossible for the best player in the world to feel comfortable right now. I mean, you're having to be ready to hit before you even have a chance. And when Jackson Spangler was not only a lead but in control of holding that baseball, he's doing whatever he wants to do right now at his own pace, which is unfortunate for the Hawks right here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Jason Elrod steps into the box for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. First pitch, breaking ball off the plate, 1-0 your count.
Yeah, kind of another swing momentum, as we like to call them. I mean, got a chance to get a quick out here if you're Spangler, or, if Jace can get on for the Hawks with one of the best players in East Texas and maybe the country coming up, and Brendan Clark. It's got a chance to go either way right here, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out as he makes another throw to Jace Elrod, who takes it for a ball to take it to 2-1 with 1 out here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, his control of the pace of game is just something that's very, very intriguing because the batters are not getting much time at all.
No, and that's what happened to Ty Boozer, I think. I just think every time you looked up, you were on the defense, and it's just not a good – he's been up to 90 before. I don't know what it is tonight. I don't think it's 90, but, it's very good velo and very good stuff. And, once he gets up on you, it's not something you want to be a part of in a quick pitch situation.
Chase Elrod fouls one off to the back screen for strike number 2. Full count here.
Yeah, I was looking at Spangler. You're going up to the upper 80s, occasionally, low 90, and then he throws a 77-mile-an-hour, curveball.
That's a very, very, very unfortunate situation for Spangler, as it looked like he was about to call strike 3 as Jace Elrod started jogging to first. I assume it's ball 4. I don't know if Zach Doty does replays, but it was a very, very, very unfortunate thing for the Panthers, but a win for the Hawks as there's a runner on first right here as Jace Elrod walks.
Brent Clark steps into the box.
Replays could be my opinion if you want.
Well, the pitch looked good from my seat.
Well, I don't know if it was good or bad, but I definitely think the umpire was going to call it strike 3, and then I don't know what happened.
I think Jason Elrod just did what you kind of coach your players to do. Go get down the first baseline, make them call you back there. Brent Clark hits a hard ground ball to short. Diving play, but it bounces off the shortstop, and the left fielder is backing him up.
It's a great base running by Clark and by Jace Elrod on just a great baseball player hitting the ball hard the other way and getting to second. And baseball's a crazy game. Sometimes you just do what you need to do, and you end up in scoring position without having to hit it 300 feet. So now the Hawks kind of got what they want with Jared Halter and J.M. Long coming up here with 1 out.
Exactly, and we talked about the speed of Elrod earlier. He can get around the bases quicker than almost anybody I've seen. And that ball's not very far off the lip back there. He ends up from first to third.
And then when it ricocheted, Clark was able to get to second. The thing right here is going to be, in my opinion, just watching it, you're going to get Spangler back in the windup, which could still be a blessing for the Panthers. But with Halter and JM, it doesn't matter, as those guys are going to be looking to drive a run in, I would think.
First pitch strike to Jared Halter, bringing the count to 0-1.
Well, and Blee's done a good job behind the plate, but there have been some times where he's made some good stops, so a pass ball is going to score.
This will be pitch 76 for Spangler, which will be another big thing to keep track of, as that 76 pitch is a ball. Not a bad pitch, but a ball nonetheless to make it 1-1 to Jared Halter.
Spangler back in the windup, like you said, very dangerous when he's in the windup.
Jared's flown out to center and left right here, and he'd take that to get a sac fly as he puts a ball to right.
Ball's called and right. We've got the runner coming home. Play at the plate. Hawk safe. As Jace Elrod makes the score 2-1 on a sac fly from Jared Halter.
Just kind of the most PG inning right here. You got a 3-2 walk on a borderline pitch. You got an infield single that gets 2 bases, and then you got a sac fly by a guy with 2 strikes. Just great baseball, and if I had to guess, J.M. Long's going to extend this thing here with a 2-out single to store Brendan Clark, because that's just how they play the game. But nonetheless, Spangler will try to stop that as he gets back in the windup. Or back in the stretch, I apologize.
Foul ball from J.M. Long is going to make the count 0-1. Runner on second, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning.
All right, side getting over, State. Hey, range up D2, make it play over here.
0-1 pitch to J.M. Long. He gets a hold of it right to the left fielder as he records out number 3, but not before Pleasant Grove strikes, making the score 2-1. As they take a small break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we are back here at Hawk Field for the top of the 5th as the North Lamar Panthers lead the Pleasant Grove Hawks 2-1 as the Panthers are coming up to face Jared Halter here after the Hawks scored 1 last inning. Tell me what you saw, Jay, as the Hawks are looking to get back from this 2-0 deficit.
Well, so far I've seen hard runs by both teams, so nothing's coming easy for either team. Have had some mistakes being made, so we've got plenty of hit by pitches tonight. So I think both teams are just going to have to sort of clean up their pitch and play, just to keep it, keep it inside the lines tonight. Close game, 2-1. I did not expect that coming into tonight, but North Lamar's definitely had the advantage to this point.
Great pitches right there, back to back from Jared Halter. 0-2 count right here.
Yeah, I mean, 2 good breaking balls by Jared. Not really messing around. Again, if you're just tuning in, Hunter Rose got the first 7 outs, which is, what Jared Halter would consider a light day's work to get the rest of the outs. So he's kind of got his full repertoire here to get through the rest of the game as he's looking to put away the first hitter here for the Panthers as he fouls the ball off.
Casey Blease, the catcher. Speaking of Casey Blease, Corbin Blease is actually over in the bullpen right now for North Lamar.
Do we have our scout report on him, Jay?
Do not have the scouting report on him.
That ball hit hard down the right field line. It's going to land foul. Strike or 1-2 stays your count.
I know nothing about North Lamar baseball, but what I would tell you is I'm 100% sure that he would not be as talented as Jackson Spangler, who is uber talented tonight for the Panthers, who is creeping up on his pitch count at about 80 so far through 4 innings, unfortunately for the Panthers.
And the Hawks have done a great job of keeping this game close, because if Spangler goes out, you got to think that gives the Hawks lineup a great chance to come back and take over this ball game.
Yeah, it's the beauty of baseball and the fact that the Hawks ace come out of the bullpen and they'll have him late in the game to win it, hopefully with the lead, and the Panthers will, probably, I don't see a way they won't have to go to the bullpen before this thing's over. So just sometimes the beauty of baseball is matchups, and I don't think this is how Coach Fincher intended it to go, but when you're a winner like Riley Fincher, good things just end up happening for you, and I think that's what's going to end up happening is he's got Jared to close out this game, who he takes it 3-2 here to the first batter of the inning.
Great at bat right here from Casey Blease, getting this count to 3-2 after falling 0-2 and drawing a walk right there from Jared Halter. Runner on first, nobody out.
Hard to work under these conditions with Nick Reed taking your pen and Jay not printing out stats for everybody. It's a tough work environment.
Well, first thing first, they're both my pens.
Yeah.
Well, I brought an extra State Bank pen, so you can have that one.
Yeah, I got a State Bank account.
All right.
Runner on first, nobody out. With Gage Reeves stepping into the box. Pick off over to first.
Yeah, Ty Boozer making a good stop on that, just across his chest, grabbing the ball.
Huge swing from Gage Reeves. Gage Reeves whiffed on a few pitches in his last at bat that looked just like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an impressive swing, one that, I don't think we do, because Jay's as prepared as anybody, and he doesn't have them, I don't think. But I would say there's some extra base hits in that swing on the season probably for Gage Reeves, because it's an impressive swing that, Jared Halter is hoping to not find out the hard way about, as he's got him 0-1 here with the leadoff guy on first with no outs here in the 5th inning for the Panthers up to bat.
Yeah,
there's no fear in his eyes with the bat.
That pitch right there was nasty from Jared Halter. Anytime you see the batter have to kind of do the double swing, that's when you know that the off-speed pitch is working right here.
Yeah, and I just think he's so tuned and synced up on those fastballs. I mean, I think he was almost a little surprised, but if I had to guess, he'll get another one right here.
Great pitch and a great hit ball. J.M. Long's going to throw it all the way across the diamond. Ty Boozer does a great job of keeping that thing inside the lines right there, but nonetheless, infield single.
Yeah, it's an athletic play by J.M., keeping it on the dirt to not letting the runner go to third, and just a really, really, really good play by 5'7" Ty Boozer to keep that ball from going in the dugout. It was hard to tell what was going to happen, as I don't know what's going on here, but that'll bring up Jackson Spangler with no outs and 2 on for the Panthers, and this is at least this will be the second time he's come up maybe with either runner on first or first and second with no outs, and he's tried to bunt both at bats. Last at bat bunted back to the pitcher. He was Jared Halter's first batter he faced, where Jared flipped it over to third for the 4th, so I would guess that he will be bunting again.
draws the bunt, but fouls it off over to the home dugout. Strike number 1 for Jackson Spangler. Jackson Spangler looks to be bunting for a hit here.
It's hard to really tell, in my opinion. I mean, he is, but I don't know if that's just because that's how he's always done it. It's not a bunt for a hit situation, or at least in my opinion, a little bit of baseball I know. I mean, he's if he could just get it down, he's a good enough athlete. I think he'd have a chance, but nonetheless, it's 1-1. 1-1 to Jackson Spangler with no outs as coach goes through the signs again.
Runners on first and second for the North Lamar Panthers here. Spangler turns the bunt again and fouls it off to the backstop. We've got a race to the foul balls going on between Hunter Digby and Jackson Brousseau, the DH.
Yeah, and I don't know why he's DHing because he's a good-looking athlete. He was definitely the better athlete in that race, and somehow I don't think won. But nonetheless, that'll bring a 1-2 count to Jackson Spangler as Jared Halter looks for the first out of the inning.
Going to have time call for Spangler. Are we starting to see the time calls? Is just like a disruption in the pitcher's momentum?
You know, he called it his last at bat also, and they called it on him, so not really sure. Jackson looks to be a little bit more advanced than a normal player. It's possible. He also had to take time to clean something off his face or helmet, it looked like, in the dugout from here. So not really sure if it's gamesmanship or trying to get something out of it. But nonetheless, here we are with Jared Halter coming set with this 2-2 count.
Get Spangler swinging. It's going to be a strikeout. Out number 1 of the inning. And that's going to bring up Zach Nelson.
Yeah, Zach's got a single. He hit the 2-0 fastball hard early to left field. He's got to walk his last at bat, so interesting to see what will happen right here.
First pitch, strike from Jared Halter. Second pitch just outside, bringing the count to 1-1 here.
Doesn't look like Zach's seen this very well, as both times he's kind of tracked it all the way into the mid as if he's not exactly sure where it's going to end up.
Great breaking ball right there from Jared Halter, and a great way to fight it off by Zach Nelson.
Yeah, good chance you probably see it again right here from Jackson or from Jared as he's looking to get a big out right here. Looks like Ty Boozer's trying to sneak in for a bat pick right here at first.
Big swinging strikeout right there for Jared Halter, and that's out number 2 of the inning with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, the one thing that you don't want if you're a North Lamar Panther is Jared Halter getting any confidence. And back-to-back strikeouts is not the way to keep him from doing that.
Blake Hildreth steps into the box and fouls one off the face of Cade Martin, or face mask.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for Cade.
Coach Fincher's going to come out and check on him. Seems like he's okay.
Yeah, tough football player. Kind of couldn't tell for a little bit, really. Just kind of never looked up, but hopefully Cade will be okay. And
he's maybe seeing stars for a little second, but I think he'll be all right.
Looks like Coach Perlman's trying to put in the pickoff play at second.
Blake Hildreth steps in the box, runners on first and second, 2 outs. 0-1 pitch. That gets in for strike number 2. Blake Hildreth sitting 0-2 right here. Runner in scoring position.
Brendan's giving Jared something at second. I'm not sure if Jared just doesn't want to pick or.
There's going to be a poke right over the top, but Jason Elrod's going to come in. He lands. North Lamar tries to score. Great throw.
Oh, we got an awkward situation here.
Great job right there by Cade Martin.
Cade still got to get rid of it, though, as we get the out and a little bit of a awkward tag by JM for the third out of the inning.
Most definitely. We've got a little back and forth going on between the teams. You got to love good gamesmanship. They'll take a little break right here, and we'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back here live at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field as the Hawks trail 3-1 to the North Lamar Panthers after North Lamar scratched across another one in the top half of the inning.
Yeah, really good job by the Panthers that kind of got overshadowed by a little awkward base running situation as J.M. Long went in to get the tag. But, they did a great job looking back at that inning. Not really sure when it started. Walk, single, KK, and then a little blooper that Jace Elrod made a great throw home on. And runners got a little bit, I think, confused on advancing up on the situation. So good job by the Panthers and get another one to make it 3-1. It's hard. I think Jay has him somewhere. It's hard to score on Jared Halter as his ERA is .87. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. So to get a run on him, kind of huge for them. It's 3-1 going into the bottom of the fifth here as Cade Martin will lead it off.
First pitch in the dirt, 1-0 to Cade Martin.
Well, I know Pleasant Grove's wanting to get a couple runs, this inning just to get it even up. But, this is a test that they haven't seen. And so I think this is actually sort of a good thing, just sort of see how they're going to react. Looks like every Hawk is up in the dugout, so know that they are behind their team for sure.
Cade Martin way ahead, 3-0 right here.
It's always a good thing when you win. You can spin it how you want, and Riley's been around long enough that he'll spin it and turn it into a learning experience. But if you're Jackson Spangler, you got a chance to turn it into a different kind of post-game talk as he's trying to do what he can, but not a great situation for him on a leadoff walk to Cade Martin. And what you got to hope if you're the Panthers is that little play to end the fifth to end the top of the fifth didn't spark the Hawks into kind of having a big inning, because we all know that they can do it in a hurry.
Garrett Harrison's going to come on and run for your catcher, Cade Martin, as Hunter Rose steps into the box. There's one on and nobody out.
Yeah, Cade struck out and walked so far in this game and has been swinging it pretty well up until this point. So now that he's not, some guys don't always pitch and hit very well at the same time. Now that he's not pitching, it'll be interesting to see as the bats come out.
First pitch outside, 1-0. Second pitch misses low and away.
Yeah, I think if I'm Coach Fincher, I'm going to make him throw a strike before we swing again.
And as fast as Spangler works, and it's been impressive all day, he might be working himself too fast here. He might just need to step off and take a breather. Just as, unfortunately it's, hadn't gone his way so far in this bottom of the fifth as he's kind of creeping on up there in pitch count.
Another ball comes in low, making the count 3-1 right here. Runner on first, nobody out.
88 pitches for Jackson. This will be number 89.
And it misses outside, and that's going to put Hunter Rose on balls. Runners on first and second, nobody out for the freshman, Buck Anderson.
Number 23, designated hitter,
We're going to have a mound visit right here.
And I think if you're North Lamar, you're pleased with where you are in this game. You know, playing the number one team in the district as of now, and you've got them down 3-1. Yeah, you've got a couple guys on base, no outs, but we've seen North Lamar put together 3 quick outs before, so just a little quick discussion on the mound.
Yeah, I think if you're North Lamar, I mean, you kind of control your own fate in the fact that you've got Spangler for enough pitches to get out of this. You know, unfortunately, if he's not very good right here, they're probably not going to win. And I mean that respectfully, but he's got to, 3 freshmen and a sophomore to get out in the bottom of this order to kind of turn it over. And, I think he's at about 90 pitches. So he'll have a chance to get out of this on his own, or the Hawks have runners on first and second with no outs. They're in the bottom of the 5th, facing Jackson Spangler and the North Lamar Panthers.
Got a little spin move back at second.
Buck had to hit his last at bat, make him 1 for 2 for this game. It's the only hit for the Hawks today.
Buck Anderson hit by pitch. That's going to be bases loaded, nobody out for freshman Spencer Browning.
Yeah, Cam Sullivan said no replays for the game day staff, but I would love to know if that ball really hit Buck. It would almost have been better if it didn't, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, there's bases loaded, no outs, and Jamarian Richardson, the super talented freshman, will be on first for the Hawks courtesy runner. Or actually pinch running in this situation. Spencer hit a ball extremely hard to center field his last at bat, and he'd love to hit another one out there to get a sac fly.
Sac fly right here will be great for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. We're bringing in that runner and Jamarian Richardson. They're wanting to see something on the ground out there and let him run all the way around these bases as well.
Coach for North Lamar trying to figure out what he wants to do with the infield. Kind of a tough situation. It's a 3-1 game and you feel good about it, but
Spencer Browning just gave you a little bail out there. If you can make the play, and he will. Third baseman Zach Nelson makes a play in foul territory there that kind of changes this entire inning.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Spencer. It was a good swing. After 2 walks and a hit by a pitch in a row, I mean, if you're going to swing at the first pitch, you want it to be something you can hammer, and I think he got that, but unfortunately they're not all hit fair and they're not all for hits. So the Panthers have 1 out in the field as the Hawks have 1 out at the plate looking to score a few, and the Panthers are looking to get out of it with 1 out here.
First pitch strike from Spangler, and we mentioned it multiple times this game. When he gets back into that windup, it's trouble for Pleasant Grove, and we're seeing that here again.
Yeah, he hit Ty Boozer's first at bat in the windup with the fastball. That first pitch was a ball down for a strike. That was a strike that was called a ball. I mean, it's kind of one of those situations where emotions are flying right now, and it's anybody's ball game, and somebody's trying to take hold of it. And be interesting to see. I mean, PG's kind of got 9 right guys, but they've got the right guy up in Ty Boozer. And Jay says he's got the highest average on the team, I think. Is that right?
Yes.
Correct? He's got the highest average on the team. You got good base runners literally everywhere, and the Panthers have their guy on the mound. So
Boozer hits one hard to the shortstop. He's going to flip it over to second, try to get the double play. Not going to happen before Pleasant Grove scores 1. And that's going to make this game 3-2.
Yeah, and I mean, almost kind of didn't get the force out at second. I mean, kind of a best case scenario probably for the Panthers is like maybe couldn't get it out of his glove. But it's going to be hard to turn 2 with the guys they got on the field. And now the Hawks have 2 outs and got first and third in play. You got Jay Selrod in play, who's done his thing all year to get on base. He's been hit and walked tonight. So be interesting to see what happens right here.
Quick little step off pick to third there. Just a 1-run ball game now.
Do you bunt it to third?
You know, with him in the stretch and being a left-handed hitter, I don't know. I don't know if you help him out, to be honest with you, just as he's starting to fatigue a little bit. And Brendan Clark coming up who's kind of been the leader of this team. I'm not really sure if there's a right or a wrong answer, but if I'm Jace Elrod, I'm making him throw me maybe 2 strikes right here.
Definitely going to make him throw me a lot of strikes. You know he struggled in the stretch tonight. There's one that's going to maybe be saved by the umpire. Bounced off the plate or bounced off the dirt and then hit the umpire on the bicep right there.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the theme of the night, I mean, he's going to be able to get back in the lineup and kind of have a chance. I mean, a little bit unlucky for Jace, but not the worst for the Panthers. It's a ball anyway. So now you got bases loaded and 2 outs. For the guy that I'm assuming, if we asked Riley today, who would you want up with bases loaded, 2 outs to win this game for you, I got a hard time believing he wouldn't say Brendan Clark. I don't know that, but it'd be a good answer if he did say that. And if we asked North Lamar's coach this morning who he wanted up to win the game, he's probably got Jackson Spangler. So this could be your game right here tonight. It will definitely probably be the most exciting point of the game, as we've already had this play out once where he struck out Brendan earlier. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out here.
In either way, this is probably going to be the last Hawk that he faces.
That's going to balk in the tying run, guys.
Yeah,
I thought that it was a balk. I wasn't going to say anything because nobody else said anything, but the field judge out there just.
Yeah, had a really good job by Coach Fincher. I mean, it looked as if Brendan called time. We don't know if it was granted to him. We really don't know much from where we're sitting, but very unfortunate for Jackson Spangler, who's pitched so well tonight, to balk in that run to tie it up.
Brendan Clark takes a big swing and a miss right there. Strike number 1. Spangler going into triple digits right now in the pitch count.
Yeah, and the worst thing for the Panthers that could happen is that somebody's got to come out of the pen with runners on base, in my opinion. You really need to get out of this right here if you can. And he obviously wants to. Be a matter if he can or not, but he's thrown extremely well tonight, and you hate to see it, kind of go that way for him. But I know Pleasant Grove won't feel too bad for him, as they're hoping to score as many as they can right here.
Little back pick on Ty Boozer there. He gets back safely. Tie ball game here, bottom of the 5th inning. 3 balls, 1 strike to Brendan Clark. And that's going to be a walk for Brendan Clark. And that's going to load the bases up for Jared Halter.
Yeah, and Coach kind of started to go out there and step back, and been in that situation many a times. You hate to go and you hate not to go, and it'd be interesting to see, as looks like number 3 is coming with him. Might be time to make a move. And regardless of the situation, Jackson Spangler's done a fantastic job tonight for the Panthers, and extremely, extremely impressive left-handed pitcher for the North Lamar Panthers. As the Hawks kind of did what they've done all year with 2 outs here. They've tied this thing up, and they've given themselves a chance to win a big conference game.
Exactly. North Lamar fans on their feet and clapping for Jackson Spangler, as they should. He's pitched a great game tonight. He's walking off the mound 3-3, but Spangler's been in control of the ball game pretty much since it started here at Hawk Field tonight. But coming in to replace him is going to be your second baseman, Corbin Blease. Taking his first couple warm-up throws on the mound. Looks firm. What was our final pitch count on Spangler there, Dodie?
Give me just a second. He had 103 pitches, faced 28 batters and 4 2/3.
Well, if you would have asked North Lamar before the game started that he was going to get you through the 5th inning tied, I think they'd take it.
Oh yeah.
But he's a competitor.
I think if you asked him what happens when Spangler's on the mound for you and he goes into triple digits, I bet you if you go back and look at the record, if he's touched triple digits this year, I'm sure they won the ball game.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, he can't get the win. He can't get the loss, which would be a shame. But, I didn't know who he was really before this morning, and he made a fan out of me. He's an uber-talented young man. But nonetheless, the Panthers have other talented guys, and they're looking to go to the bullpen to bring on a guy that is going to get the right-on-right situation, as he's going to face Jared Halter with 2 outs. Kind of a big at bat right here, obviously for the Hawks. If Jared Halter gets on, then they've taken the lead, and if not, they've got J.M. Long to lead off the bottom of the sixth. So it's kind of a good spot in this game, and kind of fun one to broadcast. To be honest with you, it's been a good game so far, and one the Hawks are looking to bust open right here.
Definitely. Belize will take over on the mound. Taking over for his position at second base is going to be number 3, Case Finley, for the North Lamar Panthers. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the North Lamar Panthers. Jared Halter steps into the batter's box.
And this is just going to be a case of, can Jarrett help himself out here?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the thing about Jared is he normally does not strike out very much. So he's got a F8, a F7, a F9. Those won't do him very good right here. But, you know he's looking to hit something early in the count, and looking to give the Hawks the lead right here.
First pitch falls in for a strike. 0-1's your count to Jared Halter.
Great job right there by the catcher to block that ball.
Yeah, a couple of Bleeze's pitches before, whenever he was practicing, came in a little low. So catcher definitely going to have to be on his toes.
Got a new second baseman in the game for the Panthers, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Great pitch right there from Belize. Called ball. That's going to make the count 2-1 to Jared Halter. You got to think with these guys sharing the same last name, they've caught a ball or two from each other.
Yeah, no matter how many times they've caught it, that's a strike right there every time. So big break for the Hawks. It moves to 3-1 now for Jared Halter. As Jared will look to, walk will be fine, hit by a pitch will be fine, but he's probably looking to do damage right here on 3-1. I would imagine he's not looking to walk.
Probably the last thing that the North Lamar Panthers want right here is to walk this go-ahead run in. And there it is, ball number 4 for Jared Halter. The go-ahead run number 4 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks is going to cross the plate, and it's going to be Ty Boozer.
Well, the news doesn't get any better because you've got J.M. Long up to bat now.
Yeah, and the last time we saw J.M. was the little bit of the awkward play, kind of at third base. So if J.M., like some of us do, he's going to be looking to prove something right here, and it's the right velocity for him to kind of get something that he wants to hit.
One bounces off the dirt for ball number 1.
J.M. is 0 for 3 tonight with a ground out to short, a ground out to second, and a fly ball to left, which the fly ball to left was hit extremely hard earlier.
1-0 pitch on the way. Strike number 1. 1-1's your new count for J.M. Long.
Yeah, J.M.'s having an extremely successful year for the Hawks. Looks like he's hitting .393 with 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 8 extra base hits.
He was about a millisecond off of 2 home runs on that pitch right there. Nonetheless, the count is 1-2.
You got 3 really good runners on the bases, which we've said every hit in a row now, but Jared can score on a double from first if J.M. wants to get it out elevated.
Another ball in the dirt is going to make the count 2-2 for J.M. Long. Hard hit ground ball to shortstop. It's going to be scooped up, flipped over to second. He's safe.
It's a great job by Jared Halter. I mean, just good job of playing baseball and a good job of J.M. by getting down the line as a fielder's choice will score another run to bring up junior Cade Martin, who's also having an unbelievable year, hitting .393, 22 singles, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs. So he'll hit with the bases loaded and two outs here.
Cade Martin, a guy that nobody over there in the black and gold is upset about coming up with the bases loaded. Ultimate power hitter in this lineup. First pitch in the dirt is going to be 1-0 for Cade Martin.
Jay, as a guy who loves to see big innings from the Hawks, it'd be hard to ask for a better situation than this right here.
No, I mean, you've got, bases loaded. Knock this game wide open here.
And Cade Martin's definitely the guy to do that.
And to know you've got Jared on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Having Halter on the mound, being able to come out of relief and take over this ball game, you got to think if you put a couple of insurance runs out there, then you've got this thing in the bag.
Well, he's going to be trying to 2-0 right here if I had to guess. 2-0 breaking ball for a strike.
Bring your count to 2-1.
Well, if the ball gets out of the infield, Jarrett's scoring because he is getting way off that second base.
And they've kind of done it all night. I mean, would be interested to talk to Riley. You can tell they probably something they've worked on, but they've done a really good job with their leads. That's a great job of hitting by Cade Martin.
We're going to see it.
Scoring Jarrett easily.
He's going to score 2 runs.
Step over that bat.
Pleasant Grove's going to go up 7-3.
Definitely going to try to bust this thing open, and Hunter Rose wants to extend it even more. Great job of base running by Halter, like we talked about pre-pitch there, getting that huge jump. He almost touched the plate at the same time as the guy in front of him.
We talk about having dudes on the team. It's amazing how often I have to say that when I'm talking about Jarrett.
Oh, yeah. Jarrett's as good as you can get in East Texas, and he's got flaws like all the other ones, but what he does well, he does as well as anybody really in East Texas. And I can promise you 4 runs would be more than enough for him, and as Hunter Rose would like to make it a few more.
Garrett Harrison checks in for the Pleasant Grove Hawks as a runner for Cade Martin. As Hunter Rose steps into the box.
I mean, once again, PG's just put runs on the board with 2 outs.
Yeah, and I mean, again, if you were to go back and look at it, I mean, it's just one of those deals where who started this inning off? Or who started? Yeah. Do you have it?
I jacked my sheets up a little earlier.
I mean, was Buck the hit by pitch? No, that's not right. Buck loaded him. So, it went Cade Martin started at walk, hit by pitch. Spencer Browning with the unfortunate flyout. Ty Boozer gets the fielder's choice, so they get it to 2 outs in a 3-2 game. The Balk gets him in. Then Jace walks, Brenton walks, Jared walks. JM with the fielder's choice, and Cade Martin with the single. I mean, not that a couple of those balls weren't hit hard. So, I mean it respectfully when I say not really too many hard-hit balls have scored what feels like a lot of runs here in a short time for the Hawks. Is, they still haven't had an extra base hit, which you would think at some point will come as he makes the pitch to Hunter Rose.
That's going to be ball number 4 as well. So another walk, and the bases are loaded again for Buck Anderson and the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
Yeah, this will be the 12th batter to hit this inning, and I would just promise you can't go too many more without an extra base hit being mixed in at some point. And Spencer Browning is on deck, who I know is looking to kind of get some revenge on the very unfortunate flyout he had his last at bat. I'm thinking him and Buck are both looking to do damage right here with 2 outs.
First pitch strike to Buck Anderson. Buck Anderson fouls one off right behind the booth here. It's going to be 0-2 for Buck Anderson. You got to think anything on the grass right here scores at least 2. Garrett Harrison and your courtesy runner, and then you've got Hunter Rose standing on first, who's got to be on third.
Yeah, it's impressive how athletic the Hawks are, and every time you look up, I mean, they're kind of ready to go by re-entering Buck right here. Buck can't get run for again without coming out, so this is kind of, which Buck's a great athlete also, but this is kind of your run of just freak athletes on the bases. So now's your time for the extra base hit to drive them all in.
Buck Anderson swings through one and strikes out for the last out of the inning, but not before Pleasant Grove strikes, and they strike big. New score 7-3. Pleasant Grove on top. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we are back live here at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field as they have burst this game open and taken the lead up by 4 now. 7-3, your new score in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, I have no idea where Jay Davis is. He disappeared on us, but I know Jay's very happy that the Hawks are back on top right now. You would like to think that a 4-run lead is more than enough for Jared Halter to kind of shut this thing away, but unfortunately for him, he's still got to get 6 outs, which I know he'll be up for the task to do, but it'd be a little easier or be a little harder than said than done. But he does have 9-1-2 coming up. Cole Finley in the 9-hole for the Panthers is Cade and flew out to first base tonight. First pitch from Jared Halter is a ball to Cole Finley to start out the top of the 6th inning.
Going to have a high fly ball. J.M. Long and Jace Elrod. Jace calls him off and makes the catch. Out number 1 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks here in the top of the 6th.
You know, and kind of the difference in the game right here is, I mean, last inning, big inning, the Panthers score a run, come out and go walk, walk, walk. Come out, Jared Halter on a 2-pitch out to the 9-hole. As he'll be looking to get the leadoff out tonight for the 3rd time. He does have 1 single as Jared kind of drops down there right there for a breaking ball for a strike. But Jared looking to get another out here in the 6th inning for the Hawks.
Second pitch comes in low. It's going to be ball number 1. 1-1, your new count.
Yeah, and as you see Jarrett kind of tap himself, just no reason to kind of get fancy right here. I mean, Jarrett's been a strike thrower all year.
There's another strike right there.
Kind of dropping down on the side a little bit for that breaking ball to the left-hander, but just kind of one of those. If he does what he's always done, it'll probably be good for him right here. He's kind of doing what he wants with the breaking ball at this point.
1-2 pitch. Comes inside. Making the count 2-2.
You know, Jay, the unfortunate thing is a lot of times you see Jared just get better and better as the game goes on. With him coming out of the pen, might not be the same build-up, but nonetheless, it's who you want out there.
That ball's got a chance to stay in here, and Cade Martin's going to chase it to the dugout. Great hustle from Browning, Martin, and Halter there.
Yeah, I don't know what Jared was doing over there, but
well, you got to think that the adrenaline's pumping a little bit for all the Hawks coming out of that last inning. And, you know, like you said, Jared just, you know, seems to get better and better in every game that he's pitched. And, you know, it gets down to, you know, North Lamar's got 5 outs remaining.
Hard hit ground ball over to Brenton Clark. He's not going to make the play. K. Moore's not able to stop it on the backup. North Lamar around in second, headed over to third. He pumps on the brakes.
Yeah, good swing right there. Very good swing by Jackson. And a great job by Brendan Clark. Probably no reason to throw it. Mm-hmm. And a really great job by Cade Martin to work his way down the line. He just kind of got a little too close to first base, as you don't normally see that play happen that way. But nonetheless, the Panthers have a runner on second with 1 out. And a ground ball by Jared Halter, one of the unfortunate ones that somehow they got to second. So
runner on second, 1 out here.
Well, the thing is, I think Jarrett can concentrate on the batter. Got a 4-run lead.
Great pitch right there from Halter. That batter is going to be your new pitcher for the Panthers, and that's Corbin Blease. That pitch comes in low.
It looks like, when Jared gets on the side of the breaking ball, it's fine, but he's kind of cutting the fastball a little bit at times as well, which hadn't been in the zone, but nothing that he won't figure out and try to get another ground ball right here.
It hasn't been quite a 10-digit drop in temperature, but it's definitely a little colder than it was at first pitch.
That was a great pitch right there by Jared Halter, bringing up the swing and a miss from Corbin Blease. But the temperature is definitely dropping here at Hawk Field tonight.
It's kind of uncharacteristic, for late April. But
and another swing and a miss. K. Moore doing a great job of staying behind it. But he throws it up the right field line, and North Lamar is going to come around third here.
Oh, he's calling him out at first. He's calling him out at first on, I'm assuming, inside the baseline. And North Lamar's coach is not going to be happy about this.
He's still standing on first base. Coaches are
he is
holding
not
their
going
hands
to be
up.
happy about this.
And I think he's saying maybe the runner's got to go back to second.
Yeah, I think he's calling runner's interference.
You're going to make that call now?
Again, Cam Sullivan has told us we have no replay available, so unfortunately we can't show you. It's a very, it's a couple very unfortunate calls for the Panthers tonight. And now Riley Fincher, who knows the rules a little bit, is coming out to say he's got to go back to second.
Now we're going to have an umpire discussion about if the runner has to go back to second. Or maybe we're having a discussion if the guy's out at first. He's still standing on the bag.
Yeah, and a good job by Coach Fincher to kind of go out there and, know the rules a little bit to make the runner go back to second.
So we're going to have runner or batter out at first, and the runner at second, who advanced to third, has to go back to second base here. So now we've got 2 outs, runner on second.
Yeah, very unfortunate situation for the Panthers, but it'll bring up 2 outs for the Hawks. As that'll bring up Matthew Sandlin, who's got 2 hits tonight and very good athlete for the Panthers.
That ball's hit hard. Hunter Rose tracking it back to the wall. He's going to make the catch, and that is out number 3. And your score remains 7-3 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. As they take a small break, we're going to take one with them, and we'll be right back here on Game Day.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we're back live here at Pleasant Grove Hawk Field for the bottom of the 6th inning right here. Pleasant Grove up 7-3 on the North Lamar Panthers. Spencer Browning set to be your leadoff batter here.
Yeah, like I said, I would think Spencer's, ready to kind of get a little redemption for that last at bat. As probably didn't go the way he probably would have wanted it to. Bases loaded, no outs, and the beauty of baseball is, especially in a game like this, you get a lot of at bats. This will be his 4th one tonight as the Hawks are looking to add on to their 7-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th here at Hawk Field.
Well, North Lamar's got the 7, 8, 9 hitters up, and so you couldn't ask for anything more from North Lamar to be able to get them out of this inning and maybe get some runs on the board. But if North Lamar is unable to get them out, you've got possibly the 8th double-digit game that Pleasant Grove could possibly win by this year.
Spencer Browning putting a good barrel on that ball. He's going to have a single on the first pitch of the bottom of the 6th inning.
I appreciate Spencer making me look good, as I figured he would have wanted to make up for that last one. And now we got everybody's favorite Hawk, Ty Boozer, coming back up for his 4th at-bat tonight. He has been hit, K'd, and has a fielder's choice tonight for the Hawks in the 8th hole for them. Coming into this game, he had the highest average on the team. So, again, someone that you would love to hit with runners on base.
One on, nobody out for Ty Boozer here. Pick off over the first. Spencer Brown getting back.
A little more energy right now in that Hawk dugout. I mean, you can kind of feel that they know that they got a chance to win, I feel like, and see what happens if they can ride that momentum to a big inning right here, as it look like Ty Boozer is squaring the bunt.
Yeah, it looks like Pleasant Grove is going to put a little pressure on them. Put the ball in play.
Boozer brings it back. Falls in for a ball.
Kind of hard. I mean, I wonder here if Ty's kind of taken for a strike, or if, one of those kind of, I don't know that he ever was really going to bunt at that, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, we'll see here 2-0.
Squares around the bunt again. That one falls across the plate. Strike one, 2-1, your new count.
Yeah, just giving the pitcher one more thing to have to think about besides throwing a strike.
Going to have another pick move over at Spencer Browning. He's in under the tag.
It wouldn't be the worst thing if the Hawks could go and score a few more runs here and get this thing over with. Start getting Morgan to pay us by the hour, not by the inning.
Well, the first check I get will be the first one, so I'm glad you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Just do it for the love of the kiddos. It's fun to watch them. It's fun to allow them to get this exposure as well.
Just to be clear, I did not get paid by Gensler.
That 3-1 pitch misses and makes it ball 4 for Ty Boozer. As he trots down the first, Spencer Brown is going to trot on over the second. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here for Jace Elrod.
There's a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that this could be a big inning for the Hawks.
We're going to have another mound visit right here by the North Lamar coach. Blease has come in from second base and taking over the pitching duties here. Came into a rough situation, to say the least. I think bases may have been loaded when he took over the ball game. That's tough for any pitcher to come in and do, especially when guys have been seeing Spangler all night. You go from seeing Spangler, you got to think, anybody they bring in, they can't do what he did to me. So you got to go. You're going up there with a little bit more confidence. And Pleasant Grove has found a way back on top of this ball game.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I can't say enough how good Jackson Spangler was tonight. Unfortunately, it takes more than one guy. And if they had a few of those guys, they wouldn't be third in the conference. So you knew when he came out, no disrespect to any of the other players, but you knew it was probably going to be a different kind of situation, and that's what it's been. And on the flip side, if you're just tuning in, I mean, Riley Fincher, Coach Fincher, the Hawks, they started freshman Hunter Rose, who, while he's uber talented, he isn't the ace, and eventually had to go to the ace and Jared Halter out of the pen. And that's kind of been a difference in the game, as we thought it might be when it happened. As Jace Elrod squares the bunt right there, the difference has been the Hawks got better as it went along with Jared coming out of the pen, and unfortunately the Panthers, when they had to take Spangler out, have not been as strong on the mound.
Got a little pick to second. Ball bounces off of second baseman there.
And if you're the Panthers, you're trying to steal out right here on the bunt play or on the pick play, and I get it, but worst thing right here would be to throw that ball away, So kind of a bad situation either way, really.
Runners on first and second, nobody out here. Elrod's going to bunt that one.
It's a great bunt.
Turns to third. He's going to throw it away. Spencer Browning underneath the tag. He's safe at third. Bases loaded. Nobody outs for Brenton Clark and the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
By the way, I can't explain to you how just great of a play that was by Belize by the pitcher to even have a chance to make a play at third, because I don't think he had any chance at first. And out of the hand from our angle, like he was going to throw it in left field on the 320 sign. So just good baseball by the Hawks, and another unfortunate situation for the Panthers as it brings up Brenton Clark with the bases loaded and no outs, which is never good for anybody that's not wearing black and gold.
First pitch comes in for a strike. You've also got to give a shout-out over there to Zach Nelson keeping that ball in the infield. If that throw goes up the foul line there, Boozer scores, and you've got to think Elrod's on third base.
Yeah, I mean, just couldn't have been a worst-case situation. I mean, bases loaded, no outs for them is probably your best-case scenario, which is not a good one, but it was better than the alternative by good play over there by Zach and just a great play by the pitcher to even flip that ball that way. So be interesting to see what will happen here for Brenton Clark. He's had a relatively quiet night for him, one infield single. So
there's a big swing on one right there, driven over the first base fence over there.
Well, Brenton had a little smile on his face after that one, so I think he's getting geared up for a big swing here.
Brenton's tied for home runs on the team with 3, and he leads the team with 8 triples and 5 doubles. 8 triples is as impressive as you can imagine. Next on the team is 3, but a single will be fine for him right here, as he's looking to just put a run in play and pick up another RBI on the season, which would be number 23 for him when he gets to it.
That ball outside the zone right there, ball 1 for Brenton. Brenton puts a good swing on one. Great play by the second baseman's going to get up and fire at first. He gets him out. That's going to be out number 1 on a RBI by Brenton Clark.
Yeah, and I mean, Pleasant Grove's kind of gotten all the brace tonight, but not sure that Brenton Clark wasn't safe on that. But Panthers get the first out of the inning as Brenton Clark gets a RBI ground out for his 23rd RBI of the season, which will be tied for second on the team.
That's going to bring up your pitcher, Jared Halter, to the plate. Runners on second and third here, just 1 away.
And what'll be forgotten in all that is the second baseman right now didn't start the game. And, I mean, really good play to throw out a 6'6" runner, one of the best runners in East Texas. So, I mean, really, really good play. And fortunate right there for the Panthers to get 1 out, as it'll bring up Jared Halter, who's got a F8, a F7, and a F9. And any of those right now would drive in another run for the Hawks.
0-0 pitch to Jared Halter. He's going to check swing, almost a bunt. Boozer's going to score here. So that's the check swing ends up becoming an RBI ground out for Jared Halter here.
Baseball's such a funny game.
It's not how you draw it up, but in the scorebook, that's an RBI.
Exactly.
It's almost comical at times how funny baseball is. But, when you have base runners on every inning, those are the kind of things that happen. I mean, Ty actually went back to the bag to start with, and the ball was such a squibbler that he was able to score no problem, as Jared's not happy with himself, but doesn't realize probably right now that the bigger picture is that he's up 8-3, and that's a lot of runs for him. And actually, is that 9-3? Is that wrong?
It's 9-3.
9-3 for the Hawks, as J.M. Long will hit with a runner on third, looking to make it 10-3.
First pitch strike to J.M. Long makes the count 0-1.
Jared's still young and dumb. He doesn't realize every run feels like a mip.
Pitch falls out of the zone right there. 1-1, your new count.
And again, the Hawks they've drew this thing up just how they wanted. Is
just enough to be able to pull the first.
I would say that's got to be an infield single. Two out single to score a run. Rest of the last 2 innings to watch what the Hawks have done to turn this to a 10-3 game with 2 outs here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
Pick move.
Cade hit a ball hard up the middle his last at bat. Walk hit by pitch in the F4 earlier. So
Cade Martin spinning on one there, hit hard to the shortstop. They're going to make the force at second. That's going to be out number 3.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back live here at Hawk Field for the top of the 7th inning, where the Pleasant Grove Hawks have taken over this ball game, and they've taken over in a big way. 10-3, your new score. Jared Hawks are coming out. North Lamar down to their last 3 outs here.
Yeah, it probably don't even feel like 3 outs with Jared on the mound, and just kind of the way the scorebook has played out in front of me. Jake's probably got better numbers, but I mean, Jared's been as good as you could ask for in relief, and we knew he was a little bit fatigued, which is why they were going to skip his start tonight, but no real reason results-wise. He's been as good as you could ask for.
And of course, the first couple of batters that he faced, you could tell that he was a little disappointed in some of the pitches that he allowed for them to get on base. But I mean, he has been able to just settle down, get behind what he can do, and this Pleasant Grove offense has allowed him to have some extra cushion here. But I doubt that he's going to need it. I would imagine at least one of these last 3 outs is going to be a K.
Yeah, Jared's been special tonight as he gets ahead for strike 1 for the Hawks. Do you have when Jared came in?
I don't.
Casey Bleach, your catcher for the North Lamar Panthers in the batter's box.
He's gone 3 2/3. He has 55 pitches now.
How many Ks? How many hits?
He has, let's see, he's given up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Would it surprise you guys if I told you that North Lamar has actually out-hit Pleasant Grove this game, 8-5?
It would not surprise me.
No, I mean, they were better on the mound for a lot of the game. Unfortunately, walks and hit by pitches still count as base runners, which was kind of the difference. And, again, we knew Jared was a little bit fatigued, and I think the 2 earned runs right there kind of show that as he's averaging less than a run a start. But nonetheless, it's about getting after when you don't have your best stuff, and that's what he's done all night, and he's still doing it here into the 7th with pitch 58 coming up right here.
2-2 pitch. It's going to be fouled straight back here. Count's going to stay at 2.
It's got to be a good feeling to venture knowing that he can just go to Flanagan on Tuesday.
Exactly. We talked about how young this Pleasant Grove team was at the beginning of the year, and that youth is kind of starting to play out in their favor because they're deep in every position.
Another good breaking ball by Jared to get the first out of the 7th here and the ground ball back to him. Not only can they go back to Hunter, not only can they go to Luke, Hunter probably be fresh because, Hunter didn't go, and probably more pitches than actual workload as he wasn't as sharp tonight as normal, but I would think Hunter would be available also.
Yeah, Hunter threw 50 pitches, 14 batters faced, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts himself as well.
So even Hunter Rose's day at the park may not be as bad as you may have thought. If you tuned in this ball game and see that he left in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Hunter just didn't get ahead, and those guys played enough baseball to know that regardless if it's the best or the worst team in the conference, if you don't get ahead, bad things happen, and I think that was the difference in Hunter's start. I don't think it was stuff or anything like that. I think it was just a matter of missing early, and unfortunately.
Great pitch right there from Jared Alter. Not to cut you off, but great pitch right there for another strikeout number 5.
Not only did the fans watch that pitch, but so did the batter. That was good looking.
It kind of caught me mid-sentence to say, unfortunately, when you throw that breaking ball where you want like that, it's hard for Jared Halter to get, kind of behind it too many hitters when you can put it where you want to like that. So if that was a ball, it'd been a good pitch. If he'd have put it in play, it'd have been a good pitch. I mean, just one of those. That's one of the few pitches in baseball that there was no wrong outcome probably with that breaking ball. So he goes 1-0 to Spangler with 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
North Lamar down to their last out. And you always say how funny baseball is. It works out this way. That Spangler, the guy who had North Lamar in position to win this ball game, is the guy up with their last out.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And this will be the first time we'll actually really, truly get to see him hit as his last 3 at-bats. I mean, he started off trying to bunt, so he's 1-2 right here to Jared. But, we know he's a good athlete. It'll be interesting to see how it finishes. But Jared's looking to build on a great win here tonight for the Hawks and add another win to his win column.
And he's going to get it on a strikeout. Jared Halter strikes out Jackson Spangler to end the ball game, and it's crazy how it worked out like that. Pitcher for most part of this game. The Hawks are going to do it 10-3 here.
Great job by the Hawks on Teacher Appreciation Night, and a great job by Jared coming out of the pen and just doing what he's done all year, which is be a winner.
I am Nick Reed, joined in the booth tonight by Chase Brewster, Jay Davis, and Zach Doty. Behind the computer is Cam Sullivan. On the camera tonight, the lone man, the Lone Ranger, Donovan Brown. We are Texarkana Game Day, and we will see you guys next time right here.